Why is it that the men who you are the least interested in, the least attracted to, be the main ones that be applying the most pressure? They be interacting with all your stuff on social media, sending you messages, texting you, wanting to see you. The guys that you are attracted to and the guys that you're actually interested in and you want to get to know them don't pay you no attention, don't text you back, don't interact with your stuff on social media. I mean, they just act completely uninterested in you. Why is that?
The only thing men really need to learn is that you will never be able to make a woman happy. You just can't. If you last too long, then that's too much. But if you last too little, then that's too little. If you want too much intimacy, then you're being pushy. If you don't want intimacy at all, then you're cheating. You can remember to take out the trash, but she's going to remember that you didn't do the dishes. You can give her child support and you can give her over that and pay all of the in-between. And it's never enough, but when you pay nothing, then you're a deadbeat and she's still not happy. You could plan the perfect date, but if you didn't spend enough, then it's still not good enough. But if you don't plan a date, then you're a loser that puts in no effort. Women who don't have boobs want boobs. Women who don't have ass want ass. Women who have too much ass want a smaller ass. If you text too much, then you're basically a simp. But if you text too little, then you're a loser who doesn't care. You could buy her exactly what she wants, but if it's the wrong color, then it's still not exactly what she wants. You could give her all of the affirmation and all of the emotional support, but she's always going to remember the one time that you didn't. If you work too much, then you're not spending enough time with her. But then if you cut your hours and you're home with her more often, but you're making less money, then you're broke and you're basically a loser. If you watch too much football or have a hobby with the guys, then you're not invested in her. But if you don't have any hobbies or any other interests other than her, then you're a simp. Until you understand this as a man, that it's not your job or your responsibility.
Let's cook. Let's cook. Let's cook. All my hoes dirty like welcome match. Till the wheels fall off, I'ma flip. If you scared, go to church and get a scripture tag. Wayne in his prime. So let's talk about this real quick, make this short, simple. I got this little long ride and drink my tea. Gotta get them herbals in, y'all. You know what I mean? This is sponsored by No Damn Body. It's just sponsored by me telling y'all to get some damn herbals in y'all. Get y'all some elderberry and all that good stuff in you, man. Stop playing around. Health is wealth, damn it. Now, we're gonna talk about why women are attracted to men who treat them like shit or don't want them. Because that's the big question in the male community. Why does she want the one that she doesn't, that doesn't treat her like, or the one that does treat her like shit, or the one that don't want her? And guess what? Women don't even know this. So when I make this video, this is gems for females. Women don't really know. They be like, why do I like the bad guy? But I'm gonna break this shit down like I always do. All right. Hypergamy. A lot of y'all don't know what that is. That means basically always wanting better. Men are guilty of it too, but hypergamy is something that is basically something that all women, for the most part, are guilty of to some extent. Whether good or bad, whether they do it intentional or not. But I'm gonna get straight to the point. And I'm gonna touch on all this shit on all these angles. One of the reasons why a woman likes a guy that treats her like shit or don't want her is because when you show that you have interest in a woman, right? You reveal your sexual market value in her opinion, which means he must not be able to do better than me. Now hypergamy, which maybe was satisfied before she knew that you actually like her, now becomes dissatisfied, because hypergamy is something that always feels like there's got to be something more or something better, right? So when they're gonna say that this is not true. Let me say this before I start saying all this shit. Let me say all this. They're going to say, even women watching this gonna say, oh, he lying, he don't even talk about. But I'm gonna prove it, because guess what? Even though their mouths say that this ain't true, he's lying, he don't know what he's talking about. Actions speak louder than words. right? I can say that, no, that's not true. I don't like the bad boy. But if I'm dating them, then it don't matter what I say. I can say that you're the best man ever. I'll never do you wrong and this and that. And then turn around and be doing you dirty. See, it does not matter what I say. So for any woman watching this, you might want to just listen instead of saying, no, he not right. And any man watching, oh, not my girl or not this girl or that girl. You better look at the actions of the world. Now back to what I was saying. When you show a woman that you have interest, unfortunately, this in her mind psychologically, whether indirectly or directly, whatever you want to call it, makes her feel or think or assume that she's better than you or can do better than you. That's just the reality of it. So when a man is treating a woman bad or treating her like shit or not wanting her or whatever the case, a lot of times a woman starts to question if she's good enough versus you're the best woman ever. I'm going to put you on a pedestal. I will take a bullet for you. All that shit, right? Because when you're doing all that shit, I'm good enough for him. Which by default in most cases makes them think that, I'm better than him. Since I'm good enough for him, I'm better than him, or he can't do better than me. So now I can lay down my guard and I don't have to try as hard to keep this guy. Just like a man, because don't get no mistake about it, men are guilty of this shit too. But I'm gonna do it from the man's perspective. But let me say this, men are guilty of it too. Oh, I got the pussy now. Now I don't get to do it. I don't gotta do all the roses and all this nice guy shit anymore. Because I got the pussy now. I'm better than her. Or she's not as good as I thought she was anymore type shit. Right? Unless it's the right one, but that's so rare. So the same thing. When you let a woman know you like her, can I have your number? Can I take you on a date? And they gonna say this is not true. But there's levels to this shit. Maybe she don't start flipping the script when you take her on a date. Because she might not be sure yet. You might not have really jarred in her mind that she's actually better than you. And I'm not, when I say she's better than you in this video, understand that I'm saying it from a point of hypothetical, not in the point of that she's actually better than you. Remember, this is a psychological thing that they got going on, right? So when the man treats her like shit, let's say the boyfriend treats her like shit, tell her she ain't nothing, blah, 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 no man are gonna want you, etc. Y'all know the stories, right? This makes this woman think that she's not good enough. So I might as well just stay with dumb fuck since I'm not good enough and nobody else will want me because he said nobody will want me because I got 3 kids or I'm not good enough, I'm ugly or this or that. And by the way, this is a gem for y'all women. This is exactly why men do this to y'all. This is why men try to tell you you ain't shit and all this other shit to try to keep you there or get you pregnant on purpose to try to keep you there. Whatever. But I'm not getting into that. Anyways, the better you treat them, the more they start to feel like you're not going nowhere or you can't do better than me or I'm actually better than you. Maybe I'm better than you. Maybe that's why he treats me so good. Why does he want me instead of all these other women? Or he must not have any other options. That's why he's treating me so good. Versus, why ain't this guy calling me back this or that? He must got a lot of other women. Remember, when other women come in the picture, we know what they do. We know how they act when other women come in the picture. Right? Because I used to be the dumbass guy that, I won't let no other woman be in the picture because that's going to make her love me more. False. False. That's not going, even though in the woman's mind she thinks she wants that, psychologically it does not work that way. It just doesn't. It's kind of like a man once you got the pussy. You can tell yourself, I'm going to treat her good once I got this pussy. After I hit, I'm going to treat her the best in the world. It's going to be hard. You're going to have to stand 10 toes down to do it. It's not easy. It's kind of like you got all the money now, but you still going out and being hungry and fighting like Floyd Mayweather. Even though you got the whole world now. How you going to have the whole world and still have the same hunger that you had when you was broke? That takes a tough individual, right? So I'm not faulting women, and I'm not saying it's only women, but I'm telling you, psychologically, when they think that they got you in the bag, by default, they start to lose attraction or think that they could do better or think you can't do better or think they're better than you. That's just what it is. I don't know why it's that way besides of what I'm explaining, And it's not all their fault because they don't, all of them don't purposely do it. But that's just the way it is, man. That's just the way it is. That's why the ones who don't want them or act like they don't want them seem more appealing than you. Because I got you now. Have you ever bought your kids some toys and they begged you for 3 years for the PlayStation 5? Now they got the PlayStation 5, now they want some other shit. And you like, you got the PlayStation 5, why you want this and this? It's the same thing, man. It's the same thing. Hypergamy has to be satisfied for a woman to like you. And unfortunately, and I hate to say this, because this is a truth that I just found out in my older age, and I wish I would have known it younger, and I see why a lot of bad boys was doing what the fuck they was doing at their younger age. Unfortunately, you have to kind of not like her a little bit. I hate to say it, because that's the only leg you got to stand on. There has to be some type of drama for, I don't feel that way, but in order for hypergamy to be satisfied, there has to be some type of turmoil or drama. There just has to be. You cannot treat a woman absolutely perfect and she be satisfied. Something gonna happen. She gonna start some shit, or this is boring or something. It's just what it is. And a lot of them don't even realize this is why they don't like the good guy. That's why I'm here making this video today. Maybe I will wake up some women and make them realize I'm not better than him just because he wants me and only me. A lot of women need to realize that just because you're the only one, or just because I don't want to do better than you, don't mean I can't do better than you. I'm going to say that shit again because a lot of women don't get it. Just because I don't want to do better than you, don't mean I can't do better than you. So what do I mean by this? I see a woman, I like the woman. I don't want to do better than this woman. I like this woman. But to most women, I got him in the bag. He can't do better than me. Nobody else must want him or whatever. And it's so much shit, right? Only if they understood that maybe this guy just wants me. Maybe, they know that you just want them, but they find other reasons why to disqualify the reason why you really want them. And it's sad and it's unfortunate. It really is, man. And they think by the men who are acting like they don't want them and all this other shit, they think these guys are more appealing because of that. And in reality, you're probably better than them. The guy that really wants the girl is probably the better guy. But he doesn't seem that way because the hypergamy is not, it doesn't seem that way because the hypergamy is not satisfied. Why isn't the hypergamy satisfied? Because you are telling this woman that you like the woman. She's the best you could do. You're better than me because I can't do better than you type shit. Versus the bad boy, man, I ain't worried about that girl, man. She just a pussy, nigga. I'll call it when I want. Those guys. She thinks those guys are better than her. Why does she think those guys are better than her? I'm going to say it again. Because them guys who rejected her or making her feel like, you're just whatever, I'll get to you whenever. They make her feel like she's not good enough. And the guy that says, here's the whole entire world in a silver platter to you. You are the best thing ever. He makes that woman feel like she's not, or she's better than him. The other guy, or she's good enough, should I say, which makes them feel like she's better than you eventually. At first it starts out, she's good enough for you. Then over time it becomes, I think I can do better than this motherfucker, man. I'm just being honest. That's just what it is. But the bad guy who don't want her or whatever, sometimes he's not a bad guy because he don't want her, but let's just say she let him fuck and shit like that and he's still acting funny. That guy makes that guy not feel good, or that girl not feel good enough, so she always has to feel like she has to prove that she is good enough to that guy. Versus the guy that says, here's the whole world. Well, I ain't got to prove nothing else to him. He already said that here's the whole world. There's nothing left to prove. Game over. Right? Because once you're conquered, the game, hypergamy can't be satisfied once you're conquered. Just like a fucking video game or some shit, nigga. Use your brain. When you conquer the video game, where's the next level? There is no next level. So when she conquers you, what's next? What's left? Another guy? That's the only thing left. Because you're conquered. And it's unfortunate. And I hate to say it. And I know that women are going to say, he's full of shit, blah, blah, blah. They can say it with their mouth, but how do they move with their actions? They always stick with the guy who treats them like shit, right? 9 times out of 10. and treat the guy like shit that treat them good. And men are guilty of this shit too. Men are guilty of this shit too. Make no mistake about it. It's just easier for me to explain it from the male's perspective. But a lot of you guys, what you're doing is you're saying, okay, Juwan, so if I treat a woman bad or act like I don't care and not interested, then that's how I get the women, right? Not necessarily, and here's why. Because the woman has to have some type of initial attraction first for this to work. You can't just go up to a woman who don't want you at all and be like, I'm just going to act like I don't care about her and hypergamy going to be satisfied. No, it only works with guys that they have some type of interest in. They have to have some initial interest. Whether you are the guy that's going to say, I'm going to give you the world, or whether you the guy that's going to play like you don't give a fuck about her, you both have one thing in common at first, before the race started. The thing you haven't conquered, or the thing that you have in common, is the fact that, man, I forgot what the fuck I was saying, man. Give me a sec, because I was reaching for this shit. Before the woman, the thing that y'all both have in common, I don't know, I'll come back to that. I'm sorry, I forgot. Either way, the point is, when you treat a woman good versus a guy who doesn't, right? You treat the girl good. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I'm glad I caught it because that was throwing me off. Y'all both was she had attraction for both of y'all. So what happened? So let's take two guys. She likes both guys, right? She's dating two guys, right? One treats her good and one treats her bad. Why do you think 9 times out of 10 she chooses the bad guy? The one that's treating her wrong. Why? Because eventually the guy that's treating her good, eventually I got him in the bag. That's just human nature, dog. You don't believe me? What, all those Christmas toys you bought for your kids, man, it's been 2 weeks, if that. They're already tired of them motherfuckers asking you for more. Am I lying? Stop me when I'm lying. I only got kids. Stop me when I'm lying. They already want more toys. Well, unfortunately, when you treat the woman good, and I hate to say it because I wish it wasn't this way, but it seems this way. It really do. But you treat them good. The guy that's treating her good makes her feel like she's good enough. And the guy that treats her bad makes her feel like she's not good enough. Period. So who you think, like, who's going to be on her mind more? Why ain't he calling? Or the guy that's in her face texting and calling? Which one? She going to wonder, why ain't that other guy calling me? Why am I good at, why can I have him? I can have him, but I can't have him. Why? Let me find out. Oh, he must be talking to other girls and you can't get no other girl. Oh man, my pussy drying up now. No competition, no turmoil, none of that. My pussy drying up. He can't get nobody better than me. But this guy over here, he must can get all kind of women because he pays no attention to me. So now I'm wondering why he ain't paying attention to me. It's an ego. It's a damage to the ego, and they don't like it. It's all about how it makes a woman feel. It ain't about no fucking love. At the end of the day, unless a woman's smart and don't go off of emotions like that, which good luck with that. But some can, but for the most part they can't, right? So whatever this other guy that treats me like shit, I don't like how he makes me feel. I'm gonna try to conquer him. See, I already got you conquered, Mr. Nice Guy. You're conquered. Why? Because I know you want to take me on a date, which pretty much sums up that you want to fuck with me and you must like me a lot. Because if not, well, okay, maybe not a date, but yeah, even that. That means that even though the guy might take her on a date and hit and not like the girl, I get it. But the point is, it still validates the chick in some type of way. Oh, he trying to take me on a date. He trying to holler in my inbox, whatever, etc., etc. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, the guy that treats her like shit gets her because he makes her feel some type of way. He jars her fucking emotions. He stays on her mind. They can't handle rejection. They don't like feeling like they're not good enough. So what do people typically do when they don't feel like they're good enough? Or when someone says you ain't good enough? You can't beat me at basketball. What you gonna do? You gonna go harder, right? Somebody say you the GOAT, you might just relax and be like, man, I already know I'm the GOAT. And you might fuck around and get beat. You know what I mean? But unless somebody tells you, man, you ain't good, you trash, bro, this or that, you're gonna go harder. A lot of times, just by telling a woman she ugly or something, or laughing at her story or something, a lot of men get women's attention off of that shit. Just the simple fact that you didn't heart the shit, but you laughed at the shit. The other guys hearted this shit. The other 1,000, 100 million guys hearted her story, and you laughed at it, and she worried about why you laughing. Why is that? You gotta ask yourself, why is that? Hypergamy is never, it ain't never satisfied, that's number one. But hypergamy has to be satisfied, even though it can't be satisfied because it's never satisfied, because there's always something more after it's satisfied. So even when you satisfy the chick, right? Oh man, I need more now. There's got to be more than this. It's unfortunate, man, that once you, that's why I say when I'm ready to lay down and kick the chair and get hung on a rope and marry a chick, I'll do it. Because I already know what time it is. I just got to, like, all right, she's worth it. I already know in the end, I already know I'm basically fucking myself. But, you know, I got to do it to have a wife and kids or whatever the case. So I might just find a chick one day to be like, all right, I'll go ahead and do it. Even though I know it's a fucked up bullshit situation. You know what I mean? Might just do it just cause, but trying to tell you, dog, once you become that one guy, the only way I see that you can be with a girl, her main dude, you're gonna have to have some space. There's gonna have to be a little turmoil, or you're gonna have to keep her on her toes, and she's gonna have a little doubt that she ain't got you all the way in the bag, and there's got to be some type of space. If you just a guy that's always in her face, I love you to the moon and back. I ain't talking to Travis Hunter. I ain't allowed to talk to no girl unless my girlfriend there. It's over for him. It's over. It's over, bro. He should have at least been like, he could have been faithful to his girl, but still talking to other girls, not in that way, but since he's a famous icon, just to make his girl stay on her toes. But he didn't do that because he don't know the game. He liked the younger me. Like, nah, I ain't looking at none of her friends. I'm just going to go in the other room and all that shit. That shit don't work. If I was smart, I'd have been speaking to her other friends, not cheating, just speaking to them, just to keep her brain jarred and to keep her on her toes, to wonder, like, will he leave me? Won't he leave me? That's the thing that the bad boy got that you nice guys don't got. It's the what if. It's the what if factor. And am I good enough factor? There is no what ifs if you telling the girl, I go to the moon and back for you and this and that. She knows she got you. It's like you up 40 points in the fourth quarter, nigga. Man, we high five on the fucking sideline and shit, eating fucking Skittles and shit like Marshawn Lynch. Cause we up 40 points, nigga. We ain't gotta worry about that shit. That's where y'all messing up with women. I hate to say it. And I'm telling you from the experience of being a so-called nice guy who did not know no better. Now, I'm not going to turn into a bad guy, but I understand that if I deal with a woman, she has to be on her toes somewhat. I can't just let her know that I'm 100%. I mean, in the way I can, but I can't. Somehow, some way, I got to keep that girl on her toes a little bit. Because that's the only way there's going to keep attraction and spark. She got to wonder, what am I doing? Is he talking to another girl at work, etc.? If there's none of that, and you just a little ass bitch, basically, her little ass bitch, you know what I mean? Everything, all on a silver platter, man, she gonna cheat on you, dog. I'm trying to tell you, or she gonna leave. That pussy gonna dry the fuck up, I promise you. I'm not making this shit up, Kevin Samuels. You can't make this shit up. But y'all can believe what y'all want. I just wish I would have known this shit longer. I probably could have saved some of my relationships, but I didn't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I would have known some of this, I believe that I would have probably saved one of those relationships I had, because I would have kept those women on their toes. But I thought that I was doing what we all thought was right. You know what I mean? And women ain't gonna tell y'all. Half of them don't even know why they reciprocate towards the bad guy. And then some of them just in straight denial. Some of them are players, so they don't want you to know this shit. It's a lot of shit going on. But trust me when I'm telling you this shit, no? Don't treat the girl wrong. Just understand that you gotta find some type of way to keep her on her toes, man. And honestly, she should be doing that vice versa if you want to know the truth. If you really want to know the truth, the woman need to keep you on your toes too. Because you'll fuck around and get bored, fuck around and be sleeping with another woman and fumble a great ass woman, to be honest. So this shit don't go one way. Hypergamy is not going to be satisfied, bro. Unless there's some type of turmoil, or unless there's some type of doubt or fear. A lot of women will not leave a bad guy because of fear. It ain't got nothing to do with him. A lot of y'all think he must be the best ever, or she left him because he didn't know how to fuck, or she won't leave him because he does know how to. Man, a lot of times it ain't even you. It ain't even you. It's the person that it's the illusion or the lies that they got built up in their head, man. That you'll do better than them or shit like this. She not gonna think that you could do better than her once she thinks she got you wrapped around that finger. Man, look, when y'all ain't around, this is what they be talking about. Man, I got that. Man, he wrapped around my finger like a little ass bitch. I got him a lot, girl. And you think it's all love and shit because you don't know no better, bro. Y'all just like me. I'm here to save y'all. I'm here to wake motherfuckers up because I used to be that. But again, do not twist this shit and say that I said go treat women wrong. I ain't say that shit. Or go be fake and act like you're busy and don't reply to text and all that. I ain't say none of that. You're just gonna have to find a good way to make the woman interested, but at the same time keep her interest. Because it's easy as fuck to get a woman's interest, but it's hard to keep it. And that's where a lot of y'all fuck up at. Yeah, you getting the woman's interest and you might fuck and all that, but can you keep the woman? Can you keep the woman? That's the number one question that all men around this motherfucker should be asking themselves. Can you keep the woman? It's a whole different ball game. Can you keep her from not wanting those other guys in her inbox and shit? I'm gonna tell you like this. If I don't think you're gonna lose and I think that I got you wrapped around my finger like a little ass bitch, man, you know what? Really, I kind of want another dick anyway. Pause. I kind of want another dick anyway. He ain't going nowhere. Let me go over here for a second. But if she thinks that you're going to leave, nigga, man, if I cheat on Twan, he going to leave. Man, I want to, but I kind of want to sometimes, but I ain't going to do it. Fuck that. He going to leave me. You see the difference? I'm trying to tell y'all, I'm not making this shit up. The better you treat them, by design, hypergamy is not satisfied. It might be at first, but eventually it will not be satisfied. So that's why you, the so-called good guy, and y'all need to stop this geek is good guy and thug is bad guy shit. No, whoever treats the girl good is the good guy. Whoever treats the girl bad is the bad guy. But I'm here to tell you the bad guy is usually the one they gravitate towards because you, as a good guy, by treating her good, you start to make her think she's better than you, bro. Have you ever had a friend that you brought up? He was down and out, or she was down and out. You brought them from basically, you helped them out of a fucked up situation, and then they ended up winning and shit. Now they think they better than you and shit. You're like, nigga, I helped you out. I helped you get out the mud. Now you think you better than me. That's what women do. But the guy that acts like she's not good enough, she wondering, why am I ugly for him? Remember Will Smith? Why ain't I good enough for him? Why ain't I good enough for my dad? That shit. That shit. The bad guy makes her always think and question if she's good enough. The good guy she doesn't have to question if she's good enough for the good guy. I'm sorry to break it to all men, but you're going to have some type of way to find out how to keep a woman on her toes if you plan on having a woman. And you plan on seeing her all the time and shit. There's going to have to be a way. You better stay busy. Your best bet is to just stay busy on the grind. And make her think that maybe he's talking to another girl. Let me cook them some shit tonight. Because he might be seeing, there might be other girls in his face. But if you come home like a little ass bitch and act like she's the fucking king of the castle and shit, she know you ain't talking to no other girls at work. I ain't got to cook him a sandwich or nothing. Fuck you talking about. And you ain't getting no sex. And I'm going to fuck your boy behind your back while you at work. Man, wake the fuck up, man. That's the truth, man. And these women don't even realize it. They gonna say it with their mouth. Because I already know it's coming. Tawan is full of shit. I don't move that way, blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry, females. You know, I want to believe your mouth, but I got to believe your actions. I see what you do when it comes to men who give themselves to you. Or give it all to you. And I ain't talking about thug or geek. He could be a thug or a geek. It don't fucking matter. A man who says, man, I'm all in. Fuck it, I'm all in. Here's a wedding ring, etc. This is why I will not get married until I'm ready to fucking hang myself on the rope and kick over the chair. Because I already know what's coming. But I gotta find a woman that, all right, maybe I'll give her a chance and have a kid with her. But I already know this is some bullshit. but I'm gonna do it for the sake of having a kid and shit. Because I'm not having a kid with a woman until I marry her first. You see what I'm saying? I'm not, honestly, I don't, and the Most High, I feel like God wants us to get married. But other than that, I wouldn't do it. Because I already know what it is. You might as well just put a rope around your neck and walk off a fucking chair, nigga. Because you're done. Half of your shit gone. Period, man. But I gotta do it one day for the sake of having a kid. It is what it is, man. Look, man, I'm done talking about this shit, man. The fact of the matter is, it's unfortunate as men, if you treat, and sometimes as women, you treat men good, and that's what happens. I gave him the pussy, now he ain't acting funny and don't this and that. And the guys that I don't want to give the pussy, they all in my inbox and shit. You know what I mean? And why don't I want the ones that want me? I didn't told you why. Because the ones that want you make you feel like you're better than them. For the simple fact that they want you. Women do not got it in their brain that just because a man doesn't want to do better than you, aka, I like her, I'm good with this. They don't understand that just because I don't want to do better than you, don't mean I can't do better than you. So the moment you start to shoot your shot and all this other shit, you automatically put yourself in the area of, I'll get to him later. I want to know why this guy won't like me. Why ain't I good enough for this guy? Why ain't I pretty enough for this guy? Etc., etc., etc. I'm sorry to break it to y'all, man. Y'all want to take the blue pill, then go back to blue pill land. Go back. Good luck. But I'm done talking, man. I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. I'll catch y'all on the next one. And I hope that y'all learn something from this. And if you don't believe me and you want to believe women, only thing I can say to you is watch the woman's actions, not her words. And then you come back to this video, because it's going to be on YouTube, and you tell me if I'm full of shit or not. Do not go by her words. Go by her actions. You the best thing ever. Well, why the fuck did I catch you in the bed with another guy? It don't make sense. I'm busy. I didn't hook up with you the other night because I was busy. Man, you was just on the fucking thing twerking. Look, there's this dude, man. They try to say this guy was insecure because his chick went to All-Star Weekend, right? But she lied and said she was going with her aunt, right? And he's seen it, and he's like, look, you was there in this. And these women in the comment section talking about he's insecure. No, she lied. What else she lying about? It's ridiculous, bro. I've seen so many men fall by the sword because of females, dog. And I've seen women too. But I'm just saying, as a man, you know, I feel like we have way more to lose. But I'm sorry to break it to y'all, man. I don't even think God wants us to love women. He wants us to love, but I don't think he wants us to be in love. Because when you in love with a woman, she becomes your God, in my opinion. She becomes like a God to you. Sometimes y'all putting her over the Most High. And you think God is okay with that? I don't think so. I don't think so at all, bro. So you gotta, man, look, man. That's it, man. I ain't gonna keep saying no more because I'm not saying enough good shit. I already said all the good shit. So I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. I'm out. I'll catch y'all on the next one, man.